company and we have known Shyamal for at least 25 years. And in the past 25 years, Shyamal has been to me a mentor and a friend. And to our company, he's a role model, and also he's also a collaborator in a few products that we work on. Able to do ratings in the most scientific manner because Shyamal is a very exacting scientist. Listen to him intently. He's, like I said before, he's a storyteller. He talks about the philosophers in India. He talks about science. He talks about quantum physics. And he's very, very proud of the fact that he is not only a marketer, but also a marketing researcher. And the fact that MRS India has recognized his achievement and given him this Lifelong Achievement Award, I think congratulations to Shyamal, and I think you all have done a great job, and Shyamal deserves every bit of it. I'm very proud of him.
Hello everyone. It is indeed a proud privilege for me to speak on this very memorable occasion on and for my living role model, Shyamal Da. I speak in a twin capacity as his formal business development associate for the period 2005 and 2010, where I was helping him out to establish his market modelers business here in India, and also now in my capacity as his well-wishing, interacting friend. There are three aspects about Shyamal Da that I would like to touch upon. Number one, his contribution to me as a professional. Number two, his contribution to marketing and market research as a community and fraternity. And the third one perhaps is not very well known to people, his current evolving role as a budding poet philosopher. Firstly, his contribution to me as a professional. Shyamal Da really got me to understand and ingrain and practice that marketing is a science, and that marketing research, which is an integral part of marketing, is actually its custodian and executing body for keeping that scientific temper alive and kicking. Most importantly, for putting me on the track of realizing that there was so much in terms of thinking clearly, and that I needed to work on my thinking productivity. And now, as a result of that, I'm actually running interventions on helping others to do the same in the area of thinking productivity. I still remember very vividly Shyamal Da's kind of cutting and pulling me upwards when he said that I am surprised, and I think he used the word appalled. I am really surprised and appalled at the shoddiness and the laziness of your thinking some 15 years ago when we started this journey together. But it has been life-defining for me in a very fundamental sense. Shyamal Da's contribution to market research and the marketing fraternity is what I would call is this book titled The Practice of Marketing, Science or Superstition. It is an outstanding book, and I think it must be made mandatory. October was the first poem, an old dialogue. It deals with the classic arguments between science and faith. The next one is the virus, talks about the virus of nationalism. And the last one, the recent one in December, late December, is the accused, and this one is about free will. So all in all, as you can see, Shyamal Da has been a great mind in marketing. He is a deep thinker, and it's indeed a proud privilege for me, and I thank MRSI for giving me the opportunity to express my feelings from my heart and pay tribute and acknowledge Shyamal Da, one of the greatest minds in the field of marketing, marketing research, and now perhaps in philosophy. Thank you very much.
Very nice to meet you.
Mr. Ghose, it's my proud honor and privilege to present to you on behalf of Market Research Society of India, Lifetime Achievement Award for your stellar contribution to the market research industry.
Well, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Thank you. The Market Research Society of India has really done me a great honor by selecting me to be the recipient of your Lifetime Award. An honor which I don't think I really deserve. And let me tell you that I don't have words sufficient enough to express my gratitude to all my friends in the society. So thank you very much. You know, a thought that occurs to me very strongly is that I have been extremely fortunate in being associated with this world. And fortunate on two counts. Number one, through my association professionally, I've been able to meet some wonderful and great human beings in the world of market research. And they've become very strong and lifelong friends of mine. People whose minds are fabulous, tremendous to interact with them. But not merely minds, and human beings are great. I can mention many names, but many that come into mind, but out of many that come into mind, first I'd like to mention the name of Dorab, my friend Dorab Sipariwala, who very deservedly got your award last year. And of course Shilu Chattopadhyay, who unfortunately is no more with us. And Sudipto Sinha, and Ramesh Thadani, and many other names. This world, market research, has given me a tremendous opportunity of learning. I have learned a lot. And in the process of learning, I have come to the conclusion that perhaps market research is the most difficult job going in the world. No, I'm not exaggerating, nor am I joking. But think about it. What is our job? What do? We try and understand the consumer's mind so that we can persuade him or her to buy the brands that we are suggesting. Right? So we've got to understand how the consumer's brain works. As you know, the most complex glob of matter that has been found in the whole universe as of today is the human brain. So to understand that is a difficult job. And to understand that in its deep minutiae, because the persuasive powers that we have are very limited indeed. We can only refer to their self-interest. So you've got to understand those self-interests very deeply. After 50 years of this proselytizing, if I were to summarize the basic message that I want to spread, I would say that I want to destroy 3 binaries that I have found in this world. So let me spend just a few minutes talking about these binaries. The first binary is between marketing and marketing research. And my first mission might sound very ironic today when the Market Research Society is giving me this honor, because my intention and the message that I wanted to spread was that the market research department or companies should be abandoned. Enormous amount of harm has been done by dichotomizing between marketing and marketing research. Think about it. The word research is borrowed from the sciences, right?
Yeah.
So who can do the science of marketing research? Only the practicing marketing man. Now, if you take away the science bit from his job, the research bit from his job, then he's left with nothing but superstition and mysticism. And that's exactly what has happened to marketing today. And on the other side of the fence, if you take the marketing out of the research, what is the researcher left with? He's left with being a data collector based on a very false worldview that there are data lying around all over like seashells on the seashore. waiting for them to be collected and nicely made into a decorative piece. Right? Now, as you know, that's a very false worldview, because there are no data lying around. Because as you know, all data are theory laden. Unless you have a theory or a model, you cannot have any data to collect. So the second destruction that I wanted to do, which springs from my first viewpoint, and that is that I wanted to do away with the questionnaire. Because the marketing researcher had become a data collector, he actually became a questionnaire peddler. Now, science is all about measurement. Right. So you should not be asking questions. You should be making measurements. So you must develop measuring instruments which must pass the scientific rules of validity, of reliability, interval equality. And your questionnaire must not be anything but a battery of measuring instruments. So don't think of it as a questionnaire. It's a battery. It's a battery of measuring instruments. So I wanted to do away with the questionnaire. And the third dichotomy or binary that I wanted to destroy was this great division, this great Berlin Wall between qualitative research and quantitative research.
Yeah.
You know? Again, think about it. Research is all about quantification, measurement. Now, what do you measure? What can you measure? You can only measure qualities, because qualities are attributes of things. You measure the qualities of things. So when the scientists get around and measuring the speed of light, for example, they are measuring one particular quality of light. Light has many other qualities. So all research is qualitative research in that sense. And all research is quantification. So there is only research, not a division between qualitative research and quantitative research.
Yeah.
Right. So my mission has been to tell people that do not have this dichotomy between quantitative and qualitative research. Yes, all quantitative research should be preceded by exploratory research using depth interview techniques, for example, whose role would be to generate hypotheses, not to replace wisdom that you can only get through quantitative research. So these are the three binaries that I wanted to destroy all throughout my career as I started learning more and more about how the human mind works. So to end it, I just want to leave 5 elements of thought in your mind. Number 1, live up to the name of your profession, marketing research. So be researchers, be scientists, and do the science of it, and stop being questionnaire peddlers. Get out of that image. Improve the image of your profession. The second thought is that if you want to be a scientist, you've got to constantly re-educate yourself. Because science is always growing. You must learn and learn and learn. And third, which is actually a sub-point of number 2, is that learn mathematics. Whole of life is becoming mathematics. You can't do anything without mathematics these days. And therefore, if you do these 3 things, then you'll be able to do my 4th exhortation, and that is educate your clients. Educate your clients.